Boating 52. If you're looking for motorcycle gloves, you came to the right place. Viking Cycle sent me three pair of gloves to give you an honest review on to see if you should even consider them. I'm going to compare them to the 3 pair of gloves that I like and that I ride with and tell you if you should even think about it. Stay tuned. Back with you, folks. Let's talk gloves. First of all, Viking Cycle reached out to me to ask me if I would try some of their products and do a review on my YouTube channel. And they sent me 3 pair of gloves that they did pay for, but in no way are they sponsoring any part of my channel. The deal was that I would be glad to do that, but give my honest feedback. And you guys know me, and that's what's going to happen. So I have gotten 3 sets of gloves sent to me from Viking Cycle. They are the half-finger gloves, the perforated touchscreen gloves, and then the gauntlet type gloves. So let's look at each one of these, and I'm going to compare them to my Harley gloves. And we'll talk about the quality, we'll talk about the price, and then I'm going to tell you per glove would I get them or not. So, all right, let's start off by the half-finger gloves. Just so everybody knows, I am actually an extra large hand, sometimes 2X, but in these, it's 1X hands. The gloves actually appear really nice. Obviously, they are leather gloves, seem to be strong. The stitching on them really seems good. So there's nothing on here that would let me believe that they're going to do anything but hold up. I do, though, of course, since it's winter in PA, am not out on the bike, nor have I used these. So I can't tell you how they are going to hold up, but I can tell you how they feel and how they look. So these fingerless gloves or half-finger gloves from Viking Cycle are on me now. These are considered an extra large. Really nice gloves. Feel extremely comfortable. Maybe even it could have went down to a large in these. But actually, I like these. I definitely like these. They are look like they're well made. Look like they're going to hold up over time. But hopefully we're putting a lot of miles on the bike this year, so we'll be able to compare those. So let's look at comparisons. So these are my Harley gloves that I currently had before Viking sent these out to me. And you can see that there's not a whole lot of difference in how they look, right? I will tell you that the Harley gloves do feel a little softer, if you will. And maybe that's because these are worn in. But I'll tell you what, not a lot of difference. I went on the Harley site to check these gloves, and I don't remember the exact price on these, but I believe I paid like $40 for these, 40 or $50 for these, and I've been using them. These Viking Cycle half-fingered gloves actually go for $19.99. So I would tell you if I was just going to look at 2 pair of these and I was being smart and cost conscious, I probably wouldn't get these because I don't think they're worth double the price, the Harleys. And as far as Viking Cycle's fingerless gloves, I would tell you that I would go ahead and get these. So I do recommend if you're in the market and you don't want to spend a ton of money, $20, you're going to get a good set of gloves. So, okay, that is number 1. Number 2, these are called perforated touchscreen gloves. Really they're really full gloves. And I'm sure you can see them here. Has this, I always say these are type 4-wheeler type gloves or off-road type gloves, right? And these gloves, I will tell you, if I put both of these things on, again, same stitching as on the other gloves, seems solid. They fit real well in an extra large, right? And you can see they do go down on the hand and the wrist enough for me. I would actually like them to go down a little further, but that is me personally. These feel a little stiffer and they probably should. So I would think if I was a little more off-road type and wasn't driving a cruiser, that these bikes would be a good fit for me. They're not as comfortable as I would have liked. Obviously, the half fingers are more comfortable, but I did want to give you a comparison. So I bought these gloves, they're Bill gloves, at Cycle Gear, right? So I will tell you that these gloves too, I bought these really for my four-wheeler. I do a lot of mountain riding in the springtime, and I like how these gloves fit. And these gloves are $24 compared to the Viking Cycles, which are nice gloves, for $19.99. In this case of these gloves, I would tell you I would probably get the built gloves, but there's not a lot of difference. I mean, these gloves are very well made. The touchscreen does work. I verified that on my bike. So again, if you're out looking for gloves, I would tell you that you're not going to go wrong with these if you're using them for the right reason. Again, from a cruiser perspective, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but I do like the gloves. But on this pair, I'm favoring the built gloves. These are not Harleys. They are definitely built, but you can't go wrong if you get these for $24 as well. Okay, so last but not least, here are the gauntlet gloves from Viking Cycle. Okay, these gloves actually go for $24.99. And I will tell you, I don't have that pair with me, unfortunately. I do. I have another pair of gloves here that I got, and I don't believe these are Harley gloves. But I wanted something to compare. I remember paying $50 for these gloves. Okay, so on these Viking Cycle gloves, I'll tell you what, these large gauntlet gloves, I think out of all of them, I like the best. You can just see, again, same, well-made, stitched. I definitely like them. They go down way over the wrist, so if you got a leather on or anything else when it's warm out. Touch screen, I do have a ultra limited, so I have the GPS on there. They do work with that. These are an extra large. I like how they feel. And I'll tell you what, for $24.99, I think these are a good pair of gloves. If you haven't bought anything, I know the ones at Harley are way over $50 for these. So I would tell you that my recommendation would definitely be to get these gauntlet gloves, especially if you're on a budget. So $24.99 for the gauntlet gloves. My recommendation is that you would get those. The half finger gloves, again, not a lot of difference in them, but double the price for the Harley gloves compared to these. I would tell you I would get the fingerless ones here, or the half finger ones, I should say, from Viking Cycle. I think they're good. Now, because we call it like it is, I would tell you that these full perforated gloves, touchscreen gloves, I'm not as big of a fan on. I still think they're good gloves, but I think they're better options at close to the same price. So that is my feedback on Viking Cycle. I'd like to thank them for sending me the gloves. Thank you for tuning in. Hope this helped if you are in the market. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with all these gloves now, but I am going to wear some of them. So thanks for tuning in. This is Bodine52. Have a great rest of the day. Have a fantastic week. And please be safe on and off the motorcycle. Thanks, folks. We'll talk soon.